This is Fantasy in 5, and you are about to end the first week of NBA fantasy basketball. Oh, it's been an exciting one. There has been ups and downs, and one day is left to go in the books. It is Sunday. Let's take a look at what's coming ahead on the slate and your waiver targets. Now, having a look at the games for tomorrow, we've got Brooklyn and the San Antonio Spurs. Cam Thomas is injured, bringing in extra minutes here for Zaire Williams. Daneem has also been on my list, looking to bring him in. If you're looking for San Antonio Spurs, guys, look to bring in Keldon Johnson and Dylan Harper. Mostly gone in leagues. We could probably not look at him, but for me, it's Keldon Johnson off the bench there or Champagne to space the floor. Boston and Detroit is a very curious one. Derek White is probable. Jaylen Brown is questionable. The guys getting a bump for me right now are Anthony Simons, mostly gone, especially in shallow leagues, in deeper leagues. But in shallow leagues, definitely look to bring him in for a little bit of cook in the next couple of days because there's a hairline issue of some reason for Jaylen Brown as well. I think Hauser gets a bump right here as well. Ron Holland II has been absolutely killing it for the Detroit Pistons. I picked him up in a couple of leagues. You should be looking to do the same. Only other name on my list for these guys is Isaiah Stewart, if looking to bring some big points, some rebounds, and potentially blocks into our lineups. With New York and Miami, the guys on my list right here are Miles McBride. He has had personal issues and he's been away from the team briefly for the New York Knicks. I think Jordan Clarkson gets the bump here, and also Landry Shamet potentially, but probably lower down on my list. Homie Hackers Jr. has been playing brilliantly, so has Jovic, looking to check them out on my waiver wire, and Drew Smith, and even for a source of threes and points if needed, Simon Fontecchio has been absolutely doing it well off the bench for the Miami Heat. Charlotte and Washington. Charlotte's coming off the back-to-back. LaMelo Ball is questionable, which means Colin Sexton gets the biggest bump, and Trey Mann as well. Moussa Diabate, not a very good free throw day for him. He could have been dropped off. What's your waiver claims for him with Kalkbrenner now getting the start there? With Brandon Miller out, we know right now that Con Knipple is going to get an absolutely massive bump. For Washington, Trey Johnson has been playing well off the bench for these guys, and Cam Whitmore as well in his bench minutes is definitely serviceable as a streaming option if available, especially in shallower leagues where some of the other guys are taken. Cleveland and Milwaukee, the guys I'm looking for here are Cole Anthony and Ryan Reynolds. Giannis is probable for this one. I think Portis gets a bump if that's the case and misses any time. Sam Merrill absolutely getting a bump with DeAndre Hunter. Check our waiver wires to see if he is available in your leagues. He hasn't played yet this season, and we could get a little bit of burn from him. Indiana and Milwaukee on the agenda right now. If we are looking to pick up anyone for Indiana and Minnesota, it is probably here for me. It has to be Naz Reid coming off the bench. Obi Toppin seems to be the guy getting the starters minutes or playing the most here because the starting centers and even the bench centers for the Indiana Pacers has been absolutely woeful. So not looking to really back in anyone there. Now, Benedict Mathurin is questionable for this one. I'm also probably looking to bring in a Jarris Walker in that situation there. Could probably fly, as I said. Naz Reid is definitely gone in your leagues. So we can look to Toronto and Dallas. Grady Dick has been an absolute streaming option in leagues. Make sure we can look to bring in Grady Dick. Najee Marshall getting some defensive stats, and Max Christie getting some points off the bench for the Dallas Mavericks. In Portland, all looking good for things. Jeremy Grant. If I'm looking for steals to finish my week, I'm going to bring in Matisse Thybulle. He has been back to playing that defensive menace that he absolutely is. Chris Dunn is also another one of these steals options, and the great thing in there, you can bring one into the forward spot and one into the guard spot. If you've got two waiver ads to help win your week, you could possibly get 5 steals out of these guys, and if that's close, you definitely want to make sure you get the advantage by bringing those guys into your lineups, especially if that is one category you need to bring in. 3-pointers and points over in LA and Sacramento to Rui Hachimura. Marcus Smart not doing really too much. Assists, Gabe Vincent can give us some of those with Malik Monk cooking there over in Sacramento. For me, those are pretty much the only ads I'd be looking to make to set myself up for my Sunday, because next week, Monday, it's a big game slate. So use the waiver wires here or look to bring in the Charlotte Hornets that I mentioned, because check them out on the full preview show, because the Hornets are absolutely juiced this coming week.